I just wanted to give everyone a quick rundown of the DLC, just the important stuff that I think my subscribers would want to know. First of all, no Mark II nerf as far as I can tell. I checked for buffs and nerfs on quite a lot of things, spent about 4 hours streaming. I couldn't really find anything very interesting in that department. I mean, there's a couple of little changes to delivering cars to the docks here, gets you some reputation points, but you know what I mean? Nothing interesting like that. Moving on to some better stuff. Right away you can go to a gun store and buy the heavy rifle. Feels pretty nice to me. I'm not massively, an expert on the sort of on-foot weapons and their stats, that kind of thing, though. So if you want something like that, maybe Ghillie Master's channel or someone else's, feels nice, so that's all I can say. But let's face it, you're probably more interested in these two weapons than that. Now, to buy the stun gun or the EMP gun, you're gonna have to buy this place, Agency Building. Alright, right off the bat, you're gonna get a phone call from Lamar. He's gonna point you towards this site. This is where you buy them. You could get them here, here. A few places. They start at about 2 million minimum, but quickly go up to quite a lot. I'd say save away about 5 million if you really want everything, because you're going to need some upgrades as well. For the two weapons, you're going to need the armory, which I have, so I can't equip it. You're going to want the vehicle workshop for some other stuff that I'll get into later. But right now, let's take a look at the armory. Okay, it's on the top floor. You're going to want to go in here, talk to him.
What can I get you?
In pistols, you'll find the stun gun. No upgrades really to it, just tints, that kind of thing. And in heavy weapons, you'll find the compact EMP launcher. Again, not really any upgrades, just ammo, tints. Performance-wise, they're not really that special, if I'm honest. The stun gun, you can see, has quite a slow recharge. By the time that's charged back up, whoever you've stunned is definitely going to be off the ground. Not sure about range. Probably doesn't look very long. Now, the compact EMP launcher, which probably more people were hyped for, again, isn't that game-changing as you might think. Right away you can tell why. Now, I don't know if you can tell, but that fires quite a lot like a grenade launcher rather than a missile. Or what I'm saying is it doesn't shoot in a straight line. It has kind of an arc to it, and that's going to make it very difficult to hit a fast-moving target, let alone something like a Mark II. See, I aimed at the road and it got down there instead. To hit a Mark II mid-air, it's going to be quite difficult, I think. So I don't think this is really the Mark II killer that everyone was hoping for. But there are some interesting things in the update, so bear with me. There are 4 new cars of this DLC that have some very special features on them, let's put it that way. One of them is on Southern San Andreas Autos, the Bravado Buffalo STX. The others should be on Legendary Motorsport. You've got, not those 3, the Jubilee, this, and that. Anyway, now what's important about these cars is the upgrades you can get to them. For this, you're going to need that vehicle workshop that I mentioned. Once you got that, get in a car and have a look at these upgrades you can get. So you've got armor plating, it will give it explosive resistance, quite a lot as well. Just the usual things. You've got some shitty machine guns that you can stick on it, but they're not that important. You've got a proximity mine, a oil slick mine. That's quite cool, but even that's not really a big deal with these. What you're really looking for is a Mani tech. These are some special things you can get for it that are gonna be a game changer. So, you have a missile lock-on jammer. This absolutely kills any kind of lock-on to it. You know, no homing missiles from any other vehicles or the homing launcher. None of it can lock on at all. It's not like a time-limited thing where you hold a button for a bit or you press a button and you have a few seconds. It's just permanent. No lock-on whatsoever. I shouldn't need to explain why that's very good. But also we have a remote control unit. Take control of your personal vehicle remotely. Now I'm going to go out and show you what that looks like. It's pretty good. So all you have to do is get out of a car, inventory, remote control vehicles, RC personal vehicle, and whatever car you have out that has that equipped, you'll be able to use it. And you'll be moved right to where the car is. Works a lot like an RC Bandito. The first thing you're going to notice though is that it's stuck in first person. You also can't move the camera, which does make it a little awkward, I'm not gonna lie. It's quite, yeah, like right there I'd like to be able to look around the corner. But you've got something that's strong, that's much faster than a Bandito as well. It's much easier to squash people with, and it can, still detonate as well. But probably the biggest strength really is that these don't sound so distinctive like a Bandito. The Bandito, it has that kind of high-pitched, screeching-like sound almost to its engine. It's very distinctive, and the moment someone hears it, they're just not going to give you a chance. These, though, you try to listen out for this engine, it could be any other car on the street, really. So yeah, I think these are going to be very, very useful, very heroic and brave for trolling, but also just for missile jammer as well. That's going to be really nice. The downside is you can't have them both at the same time. It's got to be one or the other. Oh, and just in case you were wondering, when you detonate this, you're not going to pay the insurance either. I'll just go show that. See it in the bottom of the right.
Morse Mutual Insurance. How can we help you?
No charge. So that's good. Otherwise, that would get expensive fast. But there is one more phone contact that's going to be very useful, I think. Pretty interesting, anyway. So you can call Imani, and she has two options.
What you need?
Source motorcycle, source a nearby motorcycle equipped with bulletproof tires. Pretty nice, but nothing all that amazing. Out of sight. Activate a 500-meter area where you will be hidden from the radar of other players. So that's $12,000, and I'm going to buy it right now to show you what it's like.
Okay, give me a few seconds and they won't be able to see you.
You have entered an out-of-sight area which will hide your blip from other players while inside. Attacking other players outside of your organization or MC will end the ability. Alright, so it's a little bit like an executive search. Only it's a much bigger area. This looks... to me that looks a bit like a sort of Chernobog's range. It's the best comparison I can think of. Nice big circle. I don't know if you can see it there, that line. as long as you stay in that, you're completely off the radar. The moment you go out of it, you will be back on radar, but this won't disappear. I've even went and delivered cars to the docks, done other stuff, and come back and it's still there. So yeah, it just sets up this spot where you can just hide, get away. I've tried some other things. I tried checking, you know, if you die, does it go? And it didn't. The only thing that seems to get rid of it is if you attack another player, and that will get rid of it. Even if you don't kill them, it's gonna get rid of it. So what this really could be useful for is if you're outnumbered and you need to get away. Let's say I've got 5 broomstick boys, you know, all coming after me. Thermal fuck boys as well. Thermal vision will help them see me, but being off radar is definitely going to be a help. And I can just hide anywhere in this area. I'm not going to be on the map. Yeah, I'm just not coming back on the map. There is no timer on it. You just, yeah. You can also use RCs. Again, if you attack someone with it, you will come back on the map. It will be over with. Another thing is that you can't... Unfortunately, it doesn't block the orbital cannon. So they can go to that and auto-track you, which is a shame. But it's still I think it'll be pretty good for escaping villains, especially big groups of them when they've really got you down. Another thing you could do with it, you could just wander around dressed as an NPC, slowly walk around and just smack someone on the back. Because you can be off the radar forever here. Anyway, I'm rambling on a bit and my voice is kind of a bit messed up from a long live stream I did. But that's about all there really is of interest in this DLC, at least what I saw anyway. And you know, just from the sort of player versus player point of view anyway, these are the things that stood out to me. I hope you enjoyed the video or found it useful. Hopefully I haven't gone on too long. I'll see you next time. I'll leave some stuff in the end screen for you as well.